Congressman Jason Crow is a Democrat of Colorado who sits in the Foreign Affairs Committee. He's a former Army Ranger who served 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he joins me now. And Congressman, your thoughts on the strikes that have been announced tonight?
Yeah, good evening. I agree with Senator Duckworth that this appears to be a good response that shows strength, shows capability, and retaliates for the killing of our soldiers, but also avoids de-escalation. So that's the near-term analysis, but the long-term analysis, also as Senator Duckworth aptly pointed out, must be, how does this serve our longer-term interests? What is the end game here? That most of my adult life, we've been fighting and have had conflict in the Middle East. So we very clearly need a different model. We've been walking around carrying a hammer for the last couple of decades. Every problem looks like a nail. So what does a different model look like that can actually de-escalate and change the entire scenario long-term for the Middle East? And that's the discussion that's really important for Congress to be engaged in.
Let me ask you what that is. I mean, I was struck tonight. You said for most of your life, I think we're around the same age, Congressman. And I remember the Gulf War was when I was 11 in 1990. I'm 44 now, so 33 years that some sort of U.S. military activity directed at Iraq has been happening, 3/4 of my life. When you say changing that model, what do you mean by that?
Well, we, for a very long time, have over-relied, this is my opinion, we have over-relied on military force. And the problem with that, and don't get me wrong, there is absolutely a time and place to use military force. And I completely agree with the president in these retaliation strikes that are meant to reestablish deterrence. But we continue to do this over and over again. So let's look at how do we readjust the proportion of the various tools in our toolbox: humanitarian, diplomatic, economic, and military. How do we find a better proportion and how do we leverage all of those tools to better achieve an end that we frankly have not been able to achieve? So my argument is, my thesis here is, we have not brought the right proportion of those tools to bear, and that's why we continue to have to use military force over and over again here.
Let me follow up and ask about diplomatic channels with Iran. Obviously, there's a number of interesting diplomatic channels that have developed recently. There's a Qatari channel through which U.S. Negotiators, including the director of CIA, William Burns, has been involved in negotiations with the Israelis and Hamas representatives through the Qataris for some kind of exchange of cessation of hostilities for mass release of hostages in Gaza. There is no real Iran channel of diplomacy active right now. There was one that tried to revive that nuclear deal the Trump administration ripped up. There's some channel through the Qataris, but do you think that's something that's needed, lacking?
Well, I'm almost always a proponent of establishing some method of communication to avoid misunderstanding, because when you have very large and capable militaries that have significant capabilities that are operating in close proximity to one another, a very easy way for this to go awry is for actions to be misunderstood. Mm-hmm. And that's why making sure that the retaliatory strikes that the administration took today were carefully calibrated, were strategic, and were surgical, because a misunderstanding is exactly how this turns into a larger Middle East conflicts with very large militaries fighting each other directly. And when you have, not a few soldiers being killed, which is a terrible tragedy in and of itself, but you have, very large numbers of soldiers meeting themselves on the battlefield, which is what we want to avoid at all costs here, if we can.
Let me ask you this, a slightly political question, or a question about your constituents in your district. How top of mind is this for the folks that you represent in the 3rd District in Colorado?
Well, it's very top of mind. I have the honor of representing one of the most diverse congressional districts in the nation. And 20% of my constituents were born outside of the United States. I have 130 languages spoken in my community. I have a large Jewish community. I have a large Arab community. I have a Palestinian diaspora. So I've been engaging with these folks weekly over the last couple of months. I engage with them all the time over the last couple of years, but I've been doing extra the last few months to make sure that I'm listening to them, I'm hearing their concerns, and we figure out how we can address this, because it's their lived experience that informs my work. They have families and loved ones who are in harm's way, whether it be in Israel or in Gaza. I held a roundtable a couple of months ago with Palestinian members of my community, and one gentleman told me that he lost 50 members of his family in the last couple of months. 50 members, that's one family. It's truly heartbreaking. So that informs my work to make sure that we are putting humanity first. We're putting the protection of civilians first. I'm a former Army Ranger. I served 3 combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. And what I learned in that time is that the protection of civilians in conflict zones is a mission essential priority. It's not secondary. It's not a distraction. You can achieve no mission, and you can make nobody safer unless civilians are protected, and that is a priority. And I've done a lot of work over the last couple of years to further that goal.
Congressman Jason Crow of the 6th District, not the 3rd, I misspoke. 3rd is Boebert, 6th District of Colorado. Thank you very much, Congressman. Appreciate it.